Mandy Barnett is again taking to the Ryman stage as Patsy Cline in the amazing performance of Always Patsy Cline. We had a chance to hook up with Mandy to talk about her life-changing role and her new music that was just released on the Opry Music imprint.
We are here at the Ryman with Mandy Barnett, who is getting ready to open in Always Patsy Cline. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, we spoke, actually, I guess it was like year before last. You guys were here doing the opening of your show, and you took a year hiatus, I guess, because of the flooding. Is that what happened?
We had every intention of doing the show last year, but then the flood hit, and the Opry had to move over here, and our set was destroyed, and the flood just created a lot of problems for a lot of people. So.
But looking back in hindsight, now this year is the 50th anniversary, so it sort of worked out okay.
It did. It's the 50th anniversary of the song Crazy. Now that's crazy.
That is
50
crazy.
years.
That's crazy. Now, how many years, time-wise, have you been doing this? Because they found you, was it 17 years ago? Or?
17 years ago. It's been, and it's not been consecutive that we've done the show. We've taken long breaks, as long as 10 years. But we've done the show 6 different runs over the past 17 years.
Wow. And tell me a little bit, because I think the story of you auditioning and finding out about the audition and coming in, how was all that? How did you read about it somewhere? Or?
No, some guy called me early in the morning that I went to high school with his niece, and just said there's some Patsy Cline story or something happening at the Grendel Opry, and they're having auditions and you need to go. And so I ended up going, but I had no idea what it was for, and no one would tell me what it was for, because there's 450 women all wanting the same part, and you know, they're all vocalizing in the bathroom, and some girl finally told me that it was for a musical, and it was at the Ryman, but it took me a very long time to get some info.
And you showed up that day, got the part, and then that's it. That's the rest of the story. You are the girl for Nashville, for here at the Ryman. Yeah. And you never, did you choose to ever go on nationally with it and take it around, or now you just perform here?
You know, we just do it here at the Ryman. I never really wanted to tour with it. This is, to me, this is the best place to do the show. And, you know, to do the show with my co-star Terry Myers, we both enjoy performing together, and so really, I guess other than doing it here, I would rather just do concerts and record and, you know, do that sort of thing.
And you have an album now too that is already out.
It is,
and it has all of the songs. What songs are different that aren't performed in the show that are on the record?
Well, we did So Wrong, we did Strange, Life's Railway to Heaven, Have You Ever Been Lonely, and Always. And the thing about this record is, of course, we did the hits, but we kind of took a few liberties creatively. We didn't go in and reinvent the wheel. We paid homage, but, you know, kind of added a little jazzy element to it, because to me, Patsy she was a great country singer, but she was also a great pop singer. She could have been, you know, like a Rosemary Clooney or Tony Bennett, or she totally could have done a cosmopolitan kind of sound.
And so you brought a little of that to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What's the difference for you, your favorite songs when you're doing the show, and then maybe your favorite songs in the studio? Is there a difference?
Well, in the show, we definitely do more of a reproduction of the records. So you're going to be hearing, you know, something closer to what you would hear on Patsy's records, where in the studio, we definitely took some liberties, just because, you know, it was, for one thing, it was fun to do that, and for another, you know, it was important to make it a little bit different. You keep the spirit, you know, the essence of Patsy in there, but still bring it forward and you know, do something a little bit differently when you can.
You walk by and I fall to pieces.
Did I hear something about SpongeBob and Mandy? Tell me about that.
Yes, that is definitely one of the most unique things I've ever done. I was on a record called The Best Day Ever that Nickelodeon put out a couple years ago, and it's a record that is very reminiscent of the Beach Boys. It's a surfing kind of record. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys is also on the record. A lot of great musicians and singers are on it. And you know, I just did little bit parts. I sang with Sandy the Squirrel and sang with SpongeBob, and just whatever was called for, I did it, and it was just a lot of fun.
For people that want to buy the album, they can go
Ryman.com.
Ryman.
Also the Opry gift shops and the Ryman gift shops and the original Opry store here in Nashville downtown. And then all digital outlets, iTunes, Amazon, whatever you like.
All right. And then, of course, make sure that you all come out and see. The show opens June 17th, and it will be running
through July 24th, Friday and Saturday and Sunday nights.
And this is the only place that you're going to see Mandy Barnett. And it is a true experience. I mean, absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Now it's time for another short break, but there's still a lot more ahead. We're going backstage at one of the biggest disaster relief shows from right here in Nashville next, so don't go away.